All right. Welcome to Charlottesville, Indiana, where the Eastern Hancock Royals are going to take on the Shenandoah Raiders in a Mid-Eastern Conference game. This still has conference championship on the line. Yeah. So, do have Turner Myers with us again tonight.
Glad to be back.
And so we're looking forward to having some home games after 4 road games in a row. Finally, back at the friendly Ed Nard Field in Charlottesville. Couple things to mention here as we get started. There's still about a little over 12 minutes till kickoff. With a win tonight by the Royals and a win with Shenandoah over Monroe Central, we could potentially have a 3-way tie for the conference because we play Shenandoah tonight, and then Shenandoah and Monroe Central play next week, and it's potentially still a chance to have a 3-way tie for the Mid-Eastern Conference Championship, which is kind of wild. But it's very so it's a big game tonight for both teams, and even more so, the football sectional. These two teams drew each other. So in a couple weeks, we'll be right back here, Shenandoah and Eastern Hancock, here in Charlottesville for a sectional game. So lots on the line tonight. And so we appreciate all those that are joining us. What do you think tonight, Turner?
I'm glad that it's not going to be a torrential downpour like it was last year against these two teams that ended in a 14-12 Eastern Hancock win.
Yeah, that's I did not attend that game, but it was a little windy and wet. I believe a hurricane. It was hurricane that finally the weather had gotten up here, I believe.
The rain was coming in sideways.
Yeah,
so to speak.
And it wasn't a lot of passing, and that doesn't really tend well for us, if I remember right. So I think it came down to a goal line stand even. Maybe.
It did on the 2-point conversion.
Yep. So to actually that gave us the conference championship last year, I believe, if I remember right. So yes, that is good news. A few things to look at. Houston Swan, we believe he's going to play. He got injured last week, so assuming he's going to play, he just needs 163 yards, and he would be the career passing yardage leader at Eastern Hancock, and we believe in Hancock County, and all the county schools as well. That's pretty impressive. Not to mention he's just a junior.
Yeah.
So just 163 yards for that. I doubt we'll be able to keep track of that. We'll see. But if we hear someone announce it or something, we will go with that. Hopefully sound and stuff's working all right for you. Another one is Cole Rainbolt's just 131 yards from becoming the career receiving yardage leader at EH. And so that's another thing to look at. And then big game last week by Chase Riggs. He had a career high of 17 tackles at Monroe Central. So he had a big game last week, and a heartbreaker of a game. If you watch that, it was right down to the end, and Monroe Central scored with 13 seconds to go, and ended up taking that win. What do you know about the players that we have?
Well, number 12 Hummel leads them in tackles with 82. He also has 2 sacks, and 54 Bertram. He also leads them in sacks with 3.5, and Surface has 2 picks for him. And a player to watch on offense is number 7 Goff. He is 56 and 98 passing with 836 passing yards and 8 TDs. He's also a dual threat quarterback. He has 96 rushing attempts on the season with 577 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. So he's quite the dual threat quarterback that we're going to have to contain.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of those that we got to kind of pick our poison between Goff and their running backs. And I think we need to make sure we can contain Goff because he seems to be the more dangerous option. Hopefully defensively we're prepared for that, and I'm sure we are. Let's see. Next week, I just want to mention real quick. Next week, the volleyball team will be participating in their sectional, and that will be here at Eastern Hancock, and they will play against the Shenandoah Raiders. So a lot of Shenandoah Eastern Hancock matchups in the next week or two, and that is on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And then if they win that, they would then play Union County on Saturday. So that's the volleyball sectional next week. And then one more sectional action that's going on. Tomorrow, the cross-country team is going to be going to Mount Vernon and participating in the cross-country sectional. So good luck to those runners. And then especially we have 3 seniors, I believe, on that team. Nick,
Aaron Serberg, and Daniel Campbell.
Yep. So good luck to them in their sectional tomorrow. One thing I do want to mention when we get a chance here. No, I just totally lost my train of thought. Had to do with. We'll come back to it because I've lost my train of thought. Got distracted. Here's kind of a preview for the teams. You can see it's pretty evenly matched, I'd say. We've played similar teams, and our Sagarin, which is a lot of times people will look at that, are fairly close. And that's kind of the preview for this evening. Oh, I know what I was wanting to talk about. I want to talk about halftime. My Intro to Communications class has prepared a couple videos that they did right before we left on fall break. The first of which is a homecoming preview of all the events that's going to be happening next week for homecoming, which is quite a bit different. If you've ever been to homecoming in the past, they've made a lot of changes to try to make sure that we can have a homecoming. And so at halftime, you'll see a video that talks about all the events going on that week. And then the second video that'll follow will be a senior tribute to the senior athletes. And then I think it also includes cheerleaders, band, color guard, and FFA, I believe. So check out that senior tribute video at halftime as well that my class put together right before we left on fall break. Let's see.
Last week for both of these teams, Eastern Hancock lost on a Hail Mary to Monroe Central by 7. That score was 21-28, where Houston Swan got injured in the first half. And JP, for not having any practice reps at quarterback, I think he played pretty well. And it seemed like the playbook was a lot more condensed with JP in there, which is understandable. And then Shenandoah last week, I think they beat Northeastern 49-6 in their win.
Yeah, talking about JP stepping in a tough situation that he hadn't even really practiced at quarterback. So when I mentioned that to the people in the press box last week, they were surprised because he had a good arm. He threw a couple passes that I can think of the one to Zach.
Yeah, it was like really early, one of his first throws. He rolled left and he rolled right, I think, and he sidearmed it like Phillip Rivers and just threw it about 20 yards to Zach on the move.
Yep. I did realize I do want to test something out here before we get too far into this. Actually, we're going to do National Anthem, and then we'll be back in a minute.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Eastern Hancock High School for tonight's week 8 matchup between the Shenandoah Raiders.
So we're waiting on the team still. They're still inside, but they're starting to make their way down here. We have 44 people watching. The link there, I put the link right above where it says Shenandoah on the scoreboard. So if you know anybody that wants to watch, that's the link that you could text them or email or however, and they click on that and they should be able to watch it live. And that link works anytime that we go live, so it's the live feed. So it'll say offline if we're not actually online. So that's probably the best way to share that, other than sharing on Facebook and retweeting on Twitter. And I was trying to set up my replay. I'm going to do a replay test real quick. And why is that say we're not streaming? Hold on. Hopefully we're streaming. Does everybody seem to be working okay? Someone could mention in the chat. Is my replay having an issue with one of my equipment? There we go. Let's see here. Gonna do a replay real quick. All right, looks like it worked. Let's see what it looks like here. All right, so it looks like the replay is good to go. While we're mentioning and while we're waiting on the teams to come out to the field, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're over 700 subscribers, so we're trying to get to 1,000. Facebook as well. I will want to mention while we're doing this and mentioning this, when we do tournament games like next week's volleyball game, I believe we're only allowed to stream to one location. So, and I think we're going to choose YouTube for that. So be aware of that. Anytime we stream a sectional or regional game, we would only be on YouTube. That's just part of the restrictions this year. I do want to mention they are charging us to do this year. The IHSA is going to charge us to do. Going to charge us to. If you can hear me, I don't know. To do sectional games or tournament games. So if you're interested in a company to be our sole sponsor for any tournament games, let us know. I know B Street Whippets is going to sponsor our volleyball game next week, so we're able to stream that volleyball sectional game. The IHSA is charging us $150 per game to stream sectional or tournament games. So, and that's $150 for football and boys basketball. All other sports, they charge us $50. So, and that's with a discount, actually. So if you're willing to help us out and sponsor that football game against Shenandoah in a couple of weeks, we are looking for someone to sponsor that broadcast. But we really appreciate B Street Whippets stepping up for us for next week's volleyball game. And we're getting ready to do the coin toss, the simulated coin toss. And while we're doing that, we will, and we're kind of show you our family sponsors that have sponsored this year. I got to the point where I couldn't say their names fast enough, so I made a graphic. And so appreciate all those people that have stepped up and becomes family sponsors for us. And so anyways, so, anyways, And so there's a link in the description and a link in the a description of YouTube and Facebook that will make it so you can easily become a family sponsor. All right. Do what? All right.
Looks like Eastern will kick off here to start the game. And
Zach nearly got to that. Oh, man. Got me off guard there.
And it looks like we have a Shenandoah Raider down on the kickoff. And that is, I believe that is number 54, Bertram, their leading sack artist. And he's getting checked out by Jenna, the trainer.
So it was nearly a perfect kick there. Zach was coming up on it quick.
Just couldn't get that bounce, and it rolled out of bounds.
So tough way to start this game tonight. The ball did go out of bounds, so it's going to be Raiders football. And we're going to take a quick commercial.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
And all right, we're back. As we're still, the Shenandoah players still being tended to. And a few other games going on in the area. Monroe Central in the MEC conference. Monroe Central's traveling to Union County. Westdale is going to Purdue Poly. Hancock County games tonight. Greenfield Central travels to Delta. Shelbyville is going to be at Mount Vernon. And New Palestine is at Newcastle. Other sectional teams in the Eastern Hancock sectional, besides these two teams, Tinley is at Heritage Christian. Centerville is at Union City. And Winchester is at Lincoln. Cecina is at Ritter. And then the Panthers of Knightstown are traveling to Northeastern.
And in the TEC conference, Hagerstown takes on Tri tonight.
So those are some of your area games. I have a list on my Twitter that I'll probably try to keep up with some scores for you when I get a chance. The player for Shenandoah is getting loaded up on a stretcher, and they're getting ready to take him off the field here shortly, but got a feel for him right now. We think we know who it is, but we're not going to speculate too much on all that. More and what's wrong as well. If I was guessing, though, I think it's some. It's not a head or neck or anything. I don't believe it's more of a leg. So. And there. Both teams clapping.
And now Goff in the offense will take the field.
The first and 10, Shenandoah from the 35-yard line.
All right.
Shenandoah starts the game off with 2 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom, Goff in the gun, tight end in motion. They're going to give it up the middle. And that's a good stop by the defense. I'm not sure that is number 8, Tyler Spear, with the tackle. It's his birthday today.
Oh, really?
So a birthday tackle for loss for Tyler Spear.
Nice job, Tyler. So Tyler with a great play to start. Happy birthday, Tyler. And yeah, I didn't see who was running.
I didn't see that.
Their numbers are really hard to read, so we'll do our best.
And it looks like Goff's going to keep it, and he's going to make a third down a bit more manageable.
Yep, now they're back to about the original line of scrimmage. Yeah, I can't read those numbers.
I think that's number 2 in the backfield with him. That is Cole Hughes, the senior.
Goff is definitely the one we're probably the most concerned about running the football. So we got to keep him under control.
And Goff will send the man in motion. He's going to roll out. 31 getting chased from the blind side. He pump fakes. He's going to get a sack.
Nice.
That is number 31. That is Hunter Lowe making his first. I think this is the first action he's getting.
Yes, because he just got released. IHSA, I believe, released his eligibility this week. So
making a big impact.
Big impact. I was like, 31. Who's 31? Yeah, and you could see it coming from a mile away.
He came screaming off the edge. And it looks like Shenandoah's going to have to punt here.
Rainbolt back to return, it looks like.
And the punt is a good one. Rainbolt will let it bounce, and it's going to roll to about the 15-yard line. And looks like Houston Swan will get the start tonight after hurting his left shoulder against Monroe Central.
Real quick on Cole's return there. It looked like he was going to get a chance to return as a low liner, but you think he misjudged it, and kind of smartly he didn't try to reach for it and deflect it. And so good smart play. Just let it go. Royals take over.
And Houston will start the day 5 wide, 3 to the bottom, 2 to the top. And they will flip it to the speedster, Zach Arnold, and he will...
He's going to lose about 5.
Going to get to about the 10. And that's about all that happened there.
Loss of 4, maybe. So, lost there on the first play. Need to have a good running game tonight just to keep things pressure off of Houston a little bit with his shoulder.
And they will fake the handoff, and that's tipped up in the air and incomplete.
And the Raiders nearly read that perfectly, and almost dangerous little throw there for a second.
Now both teams are going to face a 3rd down and long on their first drive.
We are streaming at a little higher quality, so I would be interested to see if you see any issues.
as Arnold is next to Houston in the shotgun here on 3rd and long. And Houston's going to throw for it. He's going to fire it long for JP. He's got him on the post route, and JP breaks the tackle, and he's tackled at about the 50-yard line. A big play.
See if I can get that replay up there while we got it. I don't know if that's zoomed in. I may need to check that.
And Zach will run it again. Zach, he's got a crease. He is wrapped up at about the 25-yard line. And that is another Eastern Hancock first down, I believe.
I got to adjust something.
Number 10, Zach Arnold on the carry for the Royals. Good enough for an Eastern Hancock. At the Shenandoah 27.
First and 10 from the 27. They will give it to Arnold again. He's going to go up the gut and pick up about 5.
A nice run there.
Leaving a 6 on the play by number 10, Zach Arnold.
So Zach getting a lot of carries here. I don't see him. Oh, Houston's going to throw.
Houston's going to fire it to Landon in the... He really just threw that one away.
Yeah. Good decision. Nothing was open.
Incomplete out of the end zone. Bring up 3rd down and 4.
I'm looking for... Oh, there he is. Okay.
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Royals here. Four receivers in the formation. Arnold, the tailback. He's going to send O'Neal in motion here. And they will give it to Arnold on 3rd and short.
It's going to be just short, I believe.
And looks like the offense is going to stay on the field here. Johnson checks in at running back.
Jacob Johnson's had 2 outstanding rushing games in a row with his game at West Central and at Monroe Central.
He had a lot of runs last week that got called back, too. He could even had a much better game if those weren't called.
Yeah.
Looks like 2 running backs in here for the Royals. Don't see that very often. And Houston will give to Zach again, and he's going to cut it upfield. Nice. He's got room, and walk-in touchdown, Zach Arnold.
Great play.
Touchdown, Royals.
So great play. Zach made a great cut there. They kind of just bursted in the open, and that's a great defensive and offensive first possessions for the Royals this evening.
And Jacob Johnson gave him a really good lead block on that, too.
Right.
And now the kicker, J.P. Fox, puts it in. Eastern's up 7-0.
All right, we're going to play some replays, and then I got to do some adjusting. So if you see things move around on your screen, it's because I'm trying some stuff. I don't think it's set up correctly here. Yeah, it's too big. It's zoomed in too much. So sorry, I know this is going to look funny to you guys. For a moment, I'm adjusting. But that was a JP catch there that got us going here.
It's a really big momentum shift, too.
All right, now we got it. So sorry, our replay was not set up properly. I guess that was the same play. No, here we go. This was a run early.
It's a good run by Zach Arnold. The receivers this year, I've noticed they're all really good at blocking as well.
Here's the touchdown, but we might have to come back to this one. Remind me, we'll come back to that because we're getting ready to kick.
And Fox will kick it deep. And it is returned. And he's
got some
space, and he's going to make it past midfield.
Oh,
he's still going. Sotelo. He's going to bring him down to about the 35-yard line.
Something that's been kind of strong for us all season. We haven't given up a whole lot of return yardage, and so I feel like at least. So that's a much-needed play for the Raiders to get them moving.
Yeah, they struggled on offense their first drive. Three receivers, two running backs, Goff in the gun. And he will give it.
Ooh.
And
got a space.
Got room. That is number 12. Justin Hummel, the senior.
Chase Riggs was in on that tackle, had a career high 17 tackles last week. So Chase Riggs chased him down there.
Goff will send the man in motion, and he will give it to number 2 on the sweep, and Eastern defends that play pretty well. That is, I think Tyler Spear got another tackle there. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. And Goff will keep it himself this time, and he's wrapped up again for a short gain. Looks like Wes Kane was in on the tackle. Yeah. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 8 for the Raiders.
So really important to the game plan of the Royals is keep Goff under control. And I think we're a little bit more afraid of his legs than his arm. So keep him contained. Huge for the Royals.
4 receivers for the Raiders here on 3rd and 9. Goff is going to roll, and he's going to fire to the sideline, and that's going to be short of the first. I think they're just setting up for a shorter 4th down on that play.
Yeah. So now it's a more manageable, but good job by Landon O'Neill kind of ushering him right out of bounds. And we apologize. We can't really see the numbers to know who's catching these, so they have yellow numbers on white uniforms and not real easy to see from up here.
No, not at all. And Goff on 4th down. He will throw. Hunter Lowe comes in with the sack. And what a debut for Hunter Lowe.
Yep. Hunter Lowe's with 2 sacks here. Here early on. And I'm just going to look at my paper here, but the last time we had a player with 3+ sacks in a game was in 1983.
Wow.
So one more sack and he breaks that. So there's your stat for the night. If he can get to that one more sack. We're just in the first quarter.
As Houston will throw. He's going to fire it underneath to O'Neill, and he's going to get about 8 on the play.
I kind of thought that was a surprising stat when Mr. Gallion gave me that. Three sacks since 1983. That seems like a long. You figure somebody was just dominant and could get to the quarterback. I don't think you play against a lot of teams that throw it, though.
No. We throw it the most out of any teams that we play.
Right. That could be a big factor.
And Houston will give it to Johnson. Trying to pick up the first.
I think he got it.
And I think he did too.
Second effort and just kept moving his legs and kept moving the pile, and it's going to give us a new set of downs.
And that will give us the first down. Now Houston from the gun again. He's going to throw this time. He's protected well. He's going to fire it outside, and that's going to fall incomplete.
You know, one player that's not hard to find is JP.
Yeah, he's in the pink socks and the pink sleeves.
Yes, I think we can definitely recognize JP. We don't even need to see his number.
Nope. I think he did that last Shenandoah game too.
Well, October. I'm assuming October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yep.
As our cheerleaders also have pink pom-poms, I notice.
2nd and 10 for Houston and the Royals. He's going to send Cole in motion. He's going to give it to Johnson on the delay handoff, and he makes a move, and he's going to pick up about 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, it almost got the first down. I didn't get the replay. I'm slow. That's just short, but
that was an interesting play design. I don't think we've ran that one.
Yeah.
Yep. Now trips to the bottom of your screen, one receiver to the top, and they will give it to Johnson again.
All forward.
And I think they're going to spot him ahead of the chains. It's going to be another first down for the Royals.
So moving the chains. And balance so far, really. We've ran the ball well. We've thrown it well.
First and 10 for the Royals.
Really, we've been run heavy the last 2 weeks.
And we're going to throw it this time, and Houston's going to fire it in between 3 Raiders. It got there. O'Neal just couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, whoever that safety was back there.
He was ready to lay the hit.
He was going after. I thought he was going to maybe pick it off.
That was Blake Surface. I think he's their leader in interceptions.
Yep. With 2 on the year, so 2nd and 10. Another good crowd tonight, both sidelines.
And Houston is going to give it to Johnson again. And he's going to pick up about 4 to make it 3rd and 6. A lot more runs with Houston in the game, I feel like, than what we're used to seeing.
Right.
Jacob Johnson on the carry, taken down by Shenandoah. Number 61, Zach Getty.
And like I said, we ran it quite a bit the last 2 weeks. So getting a little bit more nice balance here.
And Houston's going to throw here on 3rd down. He's going to fire over the middle, and that's caught by Arnold for a first down.
So good little route ran by Zach Arnold, and Houston drills it right between the 1 and the 0.
Pass complete to Zach Arnold. Pick up number 2, Cole Hughes.
And we talked about Houston injuring his shoulder. It was not his throwing shoulder, so he's not lost any zip or anything on his throws. So he looks good right now.
And he's been protected very well this game. I don't think he's been touched at all. And Arnold is in motion. They flip it to him on the jet sweep, and he's going to try to cut up field, and he might lose a yard here.
We haven't really gotten anything to the outside so far.
Zach Arnold on the carry for Royals, taken down by 28.
Most of our running success has been right up the middle, which is a little surprising with our speed.
Yeah. But Jacob's more of a power back. He has the speed to get outside, but he's more of a – he's got the size and the speed. 2nd and 11 for the Royals, and Houston will throw again. He's going to fire it to O'Neal, and he has the first down, I believe.
Yeah, it was right in between the defenders.
He just found the soft spot in the zone, I think, and Houston found him.
Yep.
Two receivers to the top of your screen, 2 receivers to the bottom. Houston in the gun, Arnold next to Johnson next to him, excuse me. Houston, he's going to fire it long, looking for Cole, and it's intercepted by the Raiders. I don't have a number on who picked that off. And
Ringgold is intercepted by Shenandoah.
And Shenandoah will take over at the 20 with A little under a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. And Goff will give it. No, he's going to keep it himself. And Wes Kane is in on the tackle along with 2 other Royals. Looks like Chase Riggs was in there as well.
It's going to be huge. And we've done a nice job on Goff so far.
This time, 4 receivers are out in the formation for Goff. On 2nd and 11, and he's going to fire it outside. That's
no way. Was that
he
caught?
caught that?
No way.
O'Neal looked like he had a pick 6, and it just.
I hit the replay just because I thought O'Neal caught it.
Yeah, so did I. I thought he read it perfectly. I guess he just misjudged where the ball was.
But I don't know how he caught it. I got the replay, so we'll watch that later. But I thought O'Neal at least knocked it down if he didn't catch it.
I thought he was going back to the house with that one. And Goff, he's going to flip it out. And he's going to.
Good. Who's that tackle?
I think that's Jacob Johnson on the tackle. And that was number 5 with the carry. That is Dylan Ayers, the sophomore. And looks like that'll end the first quarter here with Eastern up a touchdown, 7-0.
See Coach Colson watching from Arizona. Be interested to see where other people are watching. Other things here, Centerville is leading Union City 21-0. Maybe a surprise score here. Knightstown's losing to Northeastern 6-0 after the first quarter. Westell leads 14-6. I'm not sure who they playing. 14-6 against Purdue Poly. Monroe Central's ahead 14-0 over Union County. Heritage Christian's ahead 13-0 over Tinley. I think that's all the scores right now. See if, a little quicker of a first quarter than what we've had recently. So they're mentioning it, so we might as well mention here at the stadium. Cross country teams participating in their sectional tomorrow. So good luck to those individuals. I don't know if I can get a replay in. I feel like I skipped a few. Oh, let's go look at Landon's, where we thought.
Yeah, Shenandoah runs a bubble screen, it looks like, and Landon read it pretty well. And
we might have to. We have to leave. We'll come back.
And Goff in the offense. Change sides, and Goff's going to take it up the middle.
Wrap him up.
And he's going to drive forward, and I think he's going to get the first.
Yeah, that was good. Good effort by Goff. Just kept moving the pile downfield.
Tanner Goff is the 6 foot, 190-pound quarterback / defensive back. He's a senior.
Do you want to try this? I don't know if it's harder to see. Is that better?
Yeah. And on first down, Shenandoah will have 2 in the backfield next to Goff. And they will give it up the middle and
get him Landon.
Looks like Shenandoah's going to have close to a first down at the least.
So
looks like Carter Dishman, number 70, is going to check in.
A little misdirection, though. Everything was going to the left, and I don't know who ran it, but good little run for the Raiders. Like we said, we can't see the Raiders' numbers very well. It's yellow on white.
Yeah,
so we just know a few positions, and
they're going to give it to number 5, Ayers again, and
first down.
He's going to pick up enough for the first down. Now 4 receivers for Goff, and it looks like Ayers is the primary tailback for him tonight. He's going to send a man in motion, and he's going to keep it himself.
Ooh.
And Goff, he's going to.
Oh, he's still
He's going
going.
to keep going, and going to pick up more than enough at the first down.
Almost speaking too soon. We were containing him pretty well, and then suddenly
just squirts free there for a big gain.
20-yard line, 1st and 10.
Goff again from the gun. He's going to give it, and he's wrapped up for a loss by Wes Kane and Hunter Lowe again.
Hunter Lowe.
I think this is the healthiest that this team has been all season. We've dealt with a lot of injuries, but none of them have been very serious.
Right. Knock on wood.
Second and 11 now for the Raiders. Goff with 4 receivers. He's going to send a man in motion. And he's going to look. He's going to roll. And he's going to fire it to the corner of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Looks like 2 Royals went after the ball.
Both had an opportunity to intercept that. I started having flashbacks the last week, though. I'll be honest. It was started to have nightmares. So.
I'm sure in practice they practiced that drill a lot about just knocking it down. But you'll see that a lot in NFL and college. Like they'll all just go for the pick and they'll get tipped up, and
it's so tempting because you think you get an interception and that's the DB's dream.
Yeah, and then there's just a sea of hands and it just gets knocked up, and dude in the back just ends up with it.
Hunter
Lowe, he's applying pressure again.
Well, Landon.
And Landon.
It's a touchdown.
Yep, that is a touchdown for the Raiders. Looks like number 5, Dylan Ayers, with the score.
Touchdown to number 2, Cole Hughes.
So, good throw there by Goff.
Yeah, that was a pretty good throw on the run with Hunter Lowe applying the pressure.
And Landon, fairly good defense. It just outside of his arms.
And it looks like Shenandoah will attempt the extra point here with Goff to hold. And the snap is down. The kick is up. And it is good. And we are tied 7 apiece here with about 9:30 left here in the first half.
All right, we'll go through some of these. I'm sure I skipped through a bunch of replays, so to see specific ones. I kind of want to see that Landon one if I can find it, but whoa, that was really early. That's the touchdown. I don't know if we ever saw it. The Royals touchdown, I believe.
Yep. That's where Jacob Johnson gives a good lead block for Arnold, and the speed just does the rest right there.
This be a sack, maybe.
Yep, this is Hunter Lowe's 2nd sack of the game.
And see if we can get this one in. I think the next one's that Landon that I really want to see. Come back.
Cole Raybold and Zach Arnold back deep to return for the Royals. We'll see if they kick it back to him. And here's the kick. It is going to be fielded by JP. And he's going to get to about the 40-yard line. And Houston, the offense, will take over.
For the Royals, will have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Knightstown just took a 7-6 lead. in their game.
Houston will start out with 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top, and he's gonna evade pressure. He's gonna fling it out of bounds.
Whoa!
And I think they're gonna get him for intentional grounding. I mean, he was out of the pocket.
I don't know the high school rules.
I know in college and NFL, you just have to be out of the tackle box and make it past the line of scrimmage.
I would imagine. I think that's what they're going to call, I'm assuming. We don't see too much argument from our coaches, so.
And that'll back the Royals up.
But in his situation right now, he needs to keep himself healthy. Like I said, coaches seem content with it, so.
And then it'll be 1st and 25 for the Royals as Houston's going to fling it over the middle for Rainbolt, and it's going to fall incomplete. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And maybe it's the defense. I think that little zone or whatever they're playing, our receivers don't seem as open as other games usually, so.
And it's really hard to match up with those man-to-man with Zach and Cole on the outside with all their speed.
Mm-hmm.
And Houston will throw again here. He's going to fire underneath O'Neal, and O'Neal's going to get what he can here. And he's going to be close to the original line of scrimmage before the penalty.
You got to think they're going to punt in this situation. We've been kind of going to this where Landon's actually been punting instead of the quick kick.
Yeah.
Royal pass is complete to Landon O'Neal. That'll bring up 4th down and 14 for the Royals.
And Shenandoah's got 2 back to return. That is number 2, Cole Hughes, and I'm guessing that is Ayers back deep to return as well. And O'Neal with the line drive. Ayers going to field it off the hop. And looks like Riggs is going to try to get him, and he's not going to. And Ayers,
he's still
going.
You do worry a little bit because we haven't punted very much in that situation. That we haven't had a lot of practice in game time. So,
and that's 2 big returns for the Raiders.
Yeah, special teams is definitely probably in the Raiders' favor right now.
And Shenandoah will take over at about the 35-yard line of Eastern Hancock. Split backfield for the Raiders here. As Goff it's a low snap. He's going to give it up, and he's going to get about 5.
That's tough because the ball, I think, hit the grass, and they just picked it up and picked up 5 yards. So they're getting their running game going a little bit here. And they had the touchdown on the last possession on the pass. So
2nd and 6 here for the Raiders. And Goff is going to give it up to Ayers, and he's going to, I think he tripped over something.
Well, I think Hunter Knutson got him.
And it's going to be 3rd and probably about 4 here for the Raiders.
Yeah, it looked like he had a little opening there, so luckily he does get tackled.
We got 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Goff in the gun. He's going to roll. Hunter coming off the edge, and he's going to get it off in time, and it's caught for a 1st down. He's still going, and Johnson's going to bring him down at about the 6-yard line.
So I don't know who was in coverage, but kind of gambled going after to knock that down and got out of position. And Shenandoah really doing a nice job moving the football right now. both through the air and on the ground.
And motion from the tight end here, and they will give it up, and they're going to get inside the 5. Goff will keep it himself up the middle, and they're going to say touchdown Raiders.
Touchdown Raiders.
Offensively, we got to get some things moving here. We've kind of stalled out ourselves.
We had a really good first drive and haven't really done anything after that. We had the turnover on our second drive, and then penalties really backed us up the last drive. And Shenandoah's kick is good, and that will give them a 7-point lead.
All right, let's see. One to watch. So here's some replays from earlier in the night, earlier in the first quarter. That's the interception, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So turnover earlier. And then this might not have hit it at the right time.
Yeah, this is the bubble, and it looks like Landon just...
I swear that ball hits the ground.
Yeah.
Even when I watch it in the replay, I think that he knocks it down. Now it's bugging me how this ball gets through. Well, I guess that's his hands that go down. I think it's the ball. But
good play by the receiver, I guess.
Yeah, good concentration.
As Shenandoah looks to get ready to kick it off here. Up 7 with about 6:15 left in the half.
When we do get to halftime, stay tuned. We have a couple videos that the intro to communications class created.
And here's the kick, and it looks like Fox will let it bounce, and it will go out of bounds.
Raider kicks out of bounds with 1st and 10 Royals up to 35.
I'm trying to think of how our possessions last time we had the intentional grounding that kind of put us behind the 8-ball, but for the most part, I feel like our offense, they're going to re-kick?
Oh, I guess they are going to re-kick it.
Royals decline the penalty, they will re-kick.
Usually just see teams take the yardage and get on with it, but I guess they want to have Cole and Zach have a chance to touch it on a return.
It is kind of a windy evening. The wind is going toward the north as I look at the flag.
And Shenandoah will get ready to re-kick it here. And
this
one looks to go out of bounds as well.
Well, can we just go again? Move it back 5 yards? I don't know.
Third time's the charm, maybe?
What's the idea here? We're going to come over and talk to Coach Armstrong. Yeah, the one thing is, You got to think Shenandoah's getting a little tired.
Yeah.
This is going to be their third time running down the field. Obviously, they're kicking it to the sideline, but
it looks like they will kick from the 30 now.
and I'm assuming they're doing this on purpose. It's not a pitcher that can't throw strikes. I think he's kicking it to the sideline on purpose, but
I probably want to keep it away from Cole and Zach. And Shenandoah will look to keep this kick inbounds. And the third time looks to be the charm here as Cole Rainbolt will field it. And he's going to bounce it outside. He's going to cut back. He's got room. Cole Rainbolt down the sideline, and he is tripped over about the 40.
he had a lot of room over there. Somebody did a great tackle there.
Gets him by the shoelace, it seemed like.
When he changed directions, you were like, uh-oh.
Yeah, there was a lot of room on that opposite side.
So the Royals take over at the 44 with 5 minutes and 55 seconds.
Hopefully the Eastern offense can get back on track after a strong first drive. As Houston will give it up to Arnold, and he's going to possibly make it back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
So I think you've seen the Raiders have made some adjustments or something, because our running game has not been as effective as it was early on in this game.
Two receivers to the top, to the bottom for Swan. As Houston's going to throw here on second down. They're going to set up a screen, and Arnold is going to try to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, it
looked like the defensive tackle read it pretty well there.
Yeah, it had potential. There was only one person that could stop it, and he did. Yeah, it looked like he had some room there.
You got to think as a defensive lineman, you wonder why you're having such an easy way to the quarterback, and then they just hit you with the check down, and you got to go chase Zach Arnold.
Yeah.
3rd and 11 for the Royals here, as Houston is going to fire it to Sotelo, and they're not going to rule it incomplete. It must have bounced off somebody, and Shenandoah's going to take over, as that was number 8 with a hit. Blake Surface, the senior.
I think I'm way late on this replay, but
Pass was intercepted by Shenandoah.
oh, nope. Here it is.
Sotelo just sits down in the zone, and
I
it's hard to tell if it hits the ground or not.
don't know if I can zoom this in or not. Oh, I think it does pop up. 2 interceptions. And Raiders looking to extend their lead right before halftime.
As Goff in the offense will take over at about the 40, and Goff will keep. He's got room. He's still going, and he's down to about the 15-yard line. Tackled by Sotelo and O'Neal.
And right now, I feel like our defense has been on the field quite a bit here in this second quarter.
Yeah, time of possession definitely favors Shenandoah. As Goff will keep again, it looks like, and flag on the play as he's tackled by Johnson and looks like Tyler Cavaletto.
No, I don't think there was a flag.
A flag on the play.
There was there.
And
oh, there is. I didn't see it. Where was the flag at?
it was around like the 20-yard line. And Holding on the offense. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. And Goff will have 2 in the backfield with him, with 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom here on first and long. And they're going to give it to number 12, it seems. That is Justin Hummel. And
got somebody down. That was good defense, though, on the tackle.
And is
Hayes to tell West Kane on the stop for the Royals. They do have a timeout.
and looks like Hunter Lowe is a little bit shaken up, but he seems to be okay as he walks off on his own power.
The middle school cross-country team, the Royals have 2 runners who excelled. 8th grader Olivia Evans was county champion for the 3rd year in a row. 8th grader Preston Markey was champion of the EH Invitational, the Randolph Southern Invitational, the Heritage Classic, the Hancock County Meet, the NEC Conference Meet, and finished the season unbeaten.
On 2nd and 16 here.
If we can get a stop here, force them into a 3rd and long.
I think the Royals do receive the second half kickoff, so that's important to note. Looks like some confusion here by the Raider offense. As Goff will look to throw. He's got time, and he's going to jump and
all right, we'll take it down. We got a sack. It was not your normal looking sack. Landon was in on that, I believe.
Tyler Cavaletto also in there.
So, I'm not sure. All right, 3rd and long.
3rd and 15 for the Raiders here. And I'm not sure if their kicker can kick one from here.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see if they just try to set up for a shorter 4th down. Gonna send
we just jumped. And you know, whenever the Royals put their hands on their helmet, they realize they're guilty. They're not faking it.
And that'll move up Shenandoah 5 yards, making the 3rd down a bit more manageable. About 3rd and 10. As Goff trying to get the Royals offside again with the hard count here.
Still,
he's
going to call timeout.
And our first timeout of the game is used by Shenandoah.
All right, let's look at a commercial here real quick.
This is a tough time for all of us, and it is an especially tough time for high school students and high school sports.
Let's stick together. Let's listen to each other and support one another. Let's work hard, follow health and safety protocols, always mask up, be sure to get a flu shot, and never get complacent or careless.
If we do, I believe that we will have a great high school sports season. I believe that we will win. I'm Paul Neidig, Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And I'm Carrie Schludecker, Assistant Commissioner.
On behalf of every high school in Indiana, thank you for your support.
This is commitment. This is self-discipline. This is teamwork. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Turner. There we go. We're back.
All right. 3rd and 10 for the Raiders here at about the eastern 17-yard line. Goff all by himself in the backfield. Needs about 10 on 3rd down. He's going to send the man in motion. He's going to keep it himself here. And he's going to get wrapped up short of the 1st down. Looks to be Tyler Cavaletto and Connor Knutson on the tackle. That'll bring up 4th down for the Raiders, and they'll have a decision to make here.
Yeah, 4th down. You almost wonder if we take a timeout here to save us some time, but looks like we're going to let it run.
Fourth down.
Fourth down here. Big fourth down. And Goff, he's going to roll to the left. And he's going to lob it to the corner and incomplete. That will...
Oh, flag!
A late flag is thrown.
What in the world? I think the Shenandoah coaches were in the referee's ear because that was thrown.
That was way late.
Really late. It must have been really deep in his pocket. So.
And they will get Caden's with a questionable pass interference goal.
That's where, like, when you throw it late like that, nobody believes you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the referee.
You got to be decisive with it.
It's like the referee that blows his whistle halfway, like in a basketball game. Like, you don't believe them because they didn't want to blow the whistle. And so when you throw a flag that late, especially when they're on the opposing team sideline,
yeah,
you know that they were influenced. And I don't think it was. But sure enough, fourth down. Still though, it's still fourth down.
Oh, okay. So the Eastern will have to stop him again here. And looks like a timeout will be called by Shenandoah, I believe.
Yep.
And that is their second timeout of the half. They have one remaining.
Coach Armstrong's talking to the officials right now. I think he's pointing out. He's letting the officials know that he didn't like that call.
And a flag has been thrown on Armstrong, I believe.
Armstrong just got a flag.
Well, so we're going to get unsportsmanlike conduct on Coach Armstrong, and that should give Shenandoah a first down.
So, I mean, it started with the extremely late, almost embarrassing late flag by the official.
The ball was rolled all the way onto the track by the time he threw it.
Yeah, the play was well over. They were retrieving the ball, and then the official threw a flag. And so Coach Armstrong didn't like it, and so now we're at a first and
goal from the 3 for Goff and the Raiders, as he has one next to him in the backfield. And Goff will send the tight end in motion. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. He's going to be stopped at first.
He's done a good job at second effort plays.
They're going to mark him short still.
Clock's running. Now I'm really glad we didn't call that timeout earlier.
Yeah. Second and goal from the 1. Goff making adjustments at the line of scrimmage. He's going to go under center for this one and try to sneak it in.
And touchdown.
Now we're going to signal touchdown.
So, flags were, I know you said you were at the game. Flags were huge last week.
Oh, yeah.
At Monroe Central, and flags are showing up to be huge here in the first half of this game. Yeah, last week at Monroe Central, we'll just call them well-timed flags that went in Monroe Central's favor.
Yes, that is a good way to put it. As the kick is up for the Raiders, and it is good. As Shenandoah takes a 2-score lead.
Do want to mention to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that. It's EH Athletics. Hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. Also, like us and follow us on Facebook. And Also, follow us on Twitter. Right now, we're streaming to all 3. Let's just see our numbers. It looks like we have 89 watching on YouTube, 23 watching on Facebook, and 8 watching on Twitter. So we stream to all 3. And I will warn you, though, when we do tournament games, like next week's volleyball game for the volleyball sectional, I believe we're only allowed to stream to 1. So you will have to find us on YouTube. So for tournament games, I believe. So be aware of that. We will only be streaming to 1. We have 46 seconds left. Halftime. I'll probably let it show the band for a little bit, and then we've got we have a video that we're going to play at halftime as well.
We'll see if Shenandoah can get the kickoff or keep the kickoff inbound this time. And here's the kick. And Fox will field it. He is going to make a move. He's got some space. He's going to reverse field here. Get a good block from Arnold. JP down the sideline. He's going to get to about the 35-yard line. Good return from JP.
So we have all 3 timeouts, right?
Yes, we do.
So
got about 33 seconds left in the half, and if we can score here and score in the first drive after we get the kickoff, it'll be 21-21.
Yeah. So if we can get us some momentum going. Get big play by JP. Got us, giving us at least some hope here heading into halftime.
Both special teams in terms of return defense have been pretty sloppy. But big returns by both teams. As Houston will throw. He is going to fire underneath the Rainbow. Rainbow is going to try to get out of bounds, and he does.
He does. And finally, the official signaled. He was trying to keep from getting ran over.
That's going to bring up 2nd and short for the Royals here.
Again, having those timeouts in your pocket, too, is going to be, we can go anywhere we want.
Yeah, really leaves the playbook wide open with 3 timeouts and such a short field to work with. Trips to the top of your screen here. Arnold, the single receiver down low. Johnson in the backfield. As Houston will throw again. He's going to run it up the middle. He's going to escape pressure, and he's going to get down.
Timeout. First down. Or at least the chains are going to move. I'm going to assume we're going to call timeout.
Smart move by Houston. The slide there. Wasn't the smoothest slide in the world, but we'll take it.
And I don't think, doesn't look like we are calling. They're running the clock here. What are we doing?
I guess we're going to try to snap it with 3 timeouts.
I'm so confused. What in the world is going on?
Now we get a timeout. That's interesting.
So it's only 9 seconds, but we could. What was it at?
17. Ran about 7 seconds off the clock.
So I'm not sure.
And it appears they will not put time back on the clock.
I never actually saw them signal for timeout, but the clock stopped for the
chains. And
then
it's taken them quite a while to move such a short distance. So I guess maybe he thought he could get the play off at that point, but
well. You got to think maybe 2 plays.
2 plays, 2 timeouts. Needing about 23 yards to the end zone here.
If you're not going to get in the end zone, you need to give yourselves up so we can get down and be able to call the timeout.
And Houston will roll to the right, and he's going to fire outside of the sideline, and JP makes a toe-dragging catch on the sideline with about 4 seconds left.
This is going to be the last play.
And
I mean, you could kick a field goal here, but I think JP could make it. But
being down 2 touchdowns, I think Armstrong wants the 6 here.
You're going to call a timeout and talk about it at least. So we have a timeout. JP has kicked a field goal from right about this spot.
Both teams have one timeout remaining.
There is a wind, but it wouldn't be helping or hurting. It looks like it's going straight north. So and if you throw it, you think you got to throw it into the end zone here.
Either that or you got to get a pretty good catch and run.
So we are going for it here.
Houston with 3 receivers. He needs about 11 yards for 6. He's protected well. He's going to fire to the corner of the end zone, and
it's picked off.
And that looks to be intercepted, and Cole will bring him down, and that will end the half. 3 interceptions in the first half for Houston.
And that second quarter was pretty much owned by the Raiders there. Good thing is we get the ball coming out in the second half, and we'll regroup here at halftime and give ourselves a shot in the second half. We are going to play. I'll show the band here for a little bit, and then we will have a homecoming promotional video that will talk about the homecoming events that are next week, which is different than normal. And then after that, we have a little fall sports or fall activities for fall seniors, a video that we put together as well. So if you stay tuned, check those out, and we'll be back for the second half. Now Swan's going to take it again. Going to go right down the sideline and pick up a big gain near a first down. This freshman, Braden Sullivan, getting the start at linebacker. And there he goes. Oh, he fumbles the football, and it's picked up by O'Neal.
Hey, I'm Jacob.
And I'm Edric.
This is our homecoming promotional video. Homecoming is happening next week, but there are restrictions due to COVID-19.
Some changes are no sledgehammer and powder puff. Instead, we're doing kickball.
Usually we would make and present floats and decorate our class hallways, but instead this year we are decorating spirit panels.
Now under class themes. Each class got to pick a movie for this year's homecoming week. The seniors chose the movie Mean Girls.
The junior theme is the movie Grease.
The sophomores have Back to the Future.
Finally, the freshman class chose the Disney movie Teen Beach. Now on to dress up day info.
On Thursday, the theme will be Dress Up as Your Class Movie Day.
Like every year, Crazy Blue and White Day will be on Friday, and has also our cheer block theme for that Friday night game.
Check your email and check with your class officers for information on the other days.
If you don't know your class officers, the senior is Cameron Wise, the junior is Lexi Knight, sophomore is Mia Griesmeyer, and freshman is Mackenzie O'Neill. Now onto our yearly homecoming pep session.
The pep session will take place on October 15th for middle school and October 16th for high school. The Leadership Academy at Eastern Hancock is leading the pep session.
Get in touch with some of the greatest members of the Leadership Academy, Silas Spalding and Isaac Lewis. Now into our placement for sledgehammer and powder puff.
That's right, and it's kickball. It will take place on Monday, October 12th.
The freshmen and juniors will face off after school at 5 o'clock. After this game, the sophomores and seniors will play at 6:15.
On Wednesday that week, the winners of both games will play.
Students, if you want to come to support your class, the mission you would need to check with your class officer to figure out how much you need to pay to get in.
Hi, I'm Kinsey.
And I'm Jasa.
Welcome to the Senior Tribute video.
We'll be recognizing our fall senior athletes.
For tennis, we had one senior, Cuddy Huff. Huff is the MEC singles champion this year and has played tennis for all 4 years of high school.
Next up is our girls golf team. The girls golf team only had one senior this year, Haley Cavletto. She beat the school record of 88 and tied with Jocelyn Duncan with 40. She ended up qualifying for regionals.
For cheerleading, we had 4 seniors, Michaela Lindstrom, Emma Robinson, Macy Holzhausen, and Kaylin Edwards. They were conference champs last year and plan to do it again this year.
Next up is the volleyball team. The volleyball team only has 5 seniors this year, Emma Weiss, Jenna White, Carly Gaylord, Victoria Brown, and myself. We seniors have been working our butts off for winning some hard-fought games this year. We plan on advancing to sectionals.
Keep up the good work, ladies. For cross country, there were 3 seniors, Daniel Campbell, Nick Euler, and Aaron Serberg. They just won the Hallstatt Sea Classic over the weekend.
Next up is the color guard team. The color guard team only had Haley Swickard as their one senior. They dance beautifully at every home football game. Keep up the good work, girls.
For band, there was Nick Euler, Haley Johnson, Briar Seacrest, Madeline Sitton, and Aaron Serberg. They've been playing some magical music lately and plan to do it all year long.
Next up is the FFA team. The FFA team seniors are Abigail Manning, Jordan Wickard, Bella Whitty, Hunter Knudsen, Connor Knudsen, Kayla Joyce, and Ryan Killstrom. State champions. Congratulations to the state-winning 4-H team of Ashton Harvey, Reed Hedrick, Connor Knudsen, and Hunter Knudsen. Reed was placed 5th overall individually.
For football, we had 10 seniors. Tyler Cavaletto, Tyler Spear, Hunter Knudsen, Connor Knudsen, Hunter Lowe, Wes Kane, J.P. Fox, Caden Sotelo, Jackson Boudry, and Jacob Johnson. They also had 3 senior managers, Lily Richmond, Jordan Wickard, and Ruthie. Our Royals football team kept the anvil against Knightstown this year.
We will miss all of our seniors dearly and hope they have successful careers after high school.
Peace out!
About having fun and going out there with your teammates, your friends, your family, going out there, laughing, making some memories while you can. And just within the short 2 years that I've been playing, I already feel like my golf team's like my family. Because if I ever need something or I need help with something, they got my back. And right there just shows that you guys are, it's like a family. So, yeah.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, as we've talked about the last 2 or 3 weeks, a very busy time for you, your staff, and the member institutions. Cross-country sectionals, unified football regionals, soccer, boys and girls soccer sectionals, boys tennis moving on, in addition to the pairing show for football on Thursday night. I'd say that's a busy schedule for everybody.
It is, and isn't it great?
I mean, really, no. You know what? It is great because if you think back to our first conversation, we weren't sure anything was going to happen this fall in sports, not only in Indiana but around the country. So it's fantastic.
That is exactly. And I tell you what, certainly there's some, bumps in the road, and there's been some issues along the way. But all in all, man, it really is something to celebrate to be here at this point.
We have, and we've talked about this, I think, throughout the years. We're fortunate in Indiana to have some of the greatest facilities anywhere in the country. For example, your cross-country finals over in Terre Haute. I mean, you just start there and work your way back. And when we get to the football championship, it'll be in the home of the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. So, when our student-athletes go out and participate for championships, they're doing it in the best venues around.
Absolutely. There's no other state association that has the relationship that we have across the board with our people who run our great venues here in the country. Our kids play in better state championship venues than anybody else does. And, I don't say that to begrudge them. I say that to celebrate us because, I think Indiana is certainly a sports state. They love amateur athletics. They love professionals too, but education-based athletics are being celebrated at the highest level in these great venues, and we're certainly appreciative of that.
While we're bragging about what the IHSAA does, we can also brag about the IHSAA Champions Radio and Television Network, which is unparalleled in the country. All the sports have their own dedicated pairing shows that are streamed live across the state and across the world on IHSAATV.org. And so another reason for everybody to be real proud of what's going on.
No, I appreciate those kind words, and the people the folks who, Heath and the team who run our Champions Network, have done a phenomenal job of having a vision in the beginning, and I think that's where this thing started. You just don't say we're going to stream something. They developed a vision of what this could be, and it's been a slow march towards where we're at today. And we're going to continue to look for opportunities of growth and way that we can to promote high school athletics, and they've done just a great job. And again, nobody else in the country has a network as robust as ours and as broad as ours, and we're certainly proud of that.
Paul Neidig with us, the commissioner of the IHSAA. Speaking of your network, Thursday night for the pairing show, the viewing parties have just become enormously popular, and it's so much fun to see teams and players and coaches and families gathering at various places in their communities to find out who's going to be playing whom in the upcoming football championship.
It is, and we've enjoyed following those. But, this year's a little different, Bob, and, we certainly we want our teams to celebrate together, but they have to do it safely. And one of my favorite ideas, one of the favorite things I've seen is some schools are actually pulling a Zoom meeting or an online meeting together. And then once they do that, all the kids get on together and they do it socially distanced safely. But we do have some schools that are some teams that are still getting together. They're doing it outside. And everyone that I've seen, they're making sure that they do it safe and responsible, because the last thing we want is a gathering to lead to a quarantine, which would put a team out of the tournament.
He is the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. This is our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. Commissioner, thank you so much. I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Bob, and certainly looking forward to our conversation next week.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
All right, we're back for the second half. A little longer halftime, seemed like. Has sound working now? I see we said no sound, but we just turned it on. We had it off.
Shenandoah looks to kick off to get the second half started with the Eastern Hancock Royals down 14. And here's the kick. As this one looks to stay in bounds as Fox will field it. He is going to go down the sideline and get close to the 40.
So they're definitely aiming to that side, to where Cole and
away from Zach Arnold.
Away from Zach. Someone mentioned that we don't have sound. Just want to double check to make sure you can hear us. Hope you enjoyed the halftime videos that my class did last week.
As Eastern and the Royals will start off with two receivers to the top, to the bottom. Jacob Johnson next to Houston in the shotgun on 1st and 10. As Houston's going to give it to Johnson, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
Defensively, Shenandoah's really tightened up here since early on in the game. That first or couple drives, the Royals were able to move the ball, but since then, doing a nice job on defense.
Now 3 receivers to the bottom and 1 to the top. That is J.P. Fox in his pink sleeves. As Houston's going to fire underneath, and he's going to miss. Looks what to be Caden Sotelo, who is the intended target. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Royals here on their first drive of the second half.
Right now we just kind of look a little out of sync and can't get anything really moving offensively.
And Houston is going to bobble the snap. He's going to keep the play alive here, and he's going to tuck it and run and
you got to think we're going to kick here.
Get something out of it.
So Coach Armstrong's.
And
looks like we're going to go.
Yeah, looks like Houston will stay on the field at least for now. And we'll see if we do our pooch punt or we'll actually go for it.
Someone's on his side, so I don't think he can kick.
And Houston will throw for it. Needing the first, and we get it to Caden Sotelo, and it's a big play for the Royals.
Yep, first down by a yard.
Good job by Caden by getting in front of the sticks there and making the catch.
Number 7, Caden Sotelo. Good enough for Eastern Hancock.
Caden and Landon. You see Landon? Landon's over there by Coach Gallion. All right.
Houston, 1st and 10. He's going to give to Johnson, and Johnson will pick up about 4 on the play.
So some positive yards there.
Running up the middle, it went pretty well the first half. We'll see if we can keep that going. As Shenandoah, they've defended us probably about as well as any other team has, really.
Right. Yes. To this point, from what I've seen. Just for field position purposes, we need to have a good little drive here.
Yeah. As Rainbolt will go in motion. And it's another give to Johnson, and he's going to be stuffed, and that's going to make it 3rd and long.
Johnson taken down and lost on the play by Shenandoah's 35, Ben Ackra. And number 50, Lucas Miller.
So 3rd and 10. So the gain that we just had, we lost.
Houston now with Jacob to his left, 3 receivers to his right. Here on 3rd down and 10. He's going to take the snap, He's going to evade pressure, roll, fires it into double coverage, and that is incomplete for Cole Rainbolt. And that'll bring up 4th down and 10 from the 48-yard line. We've already converted 1 4th down. We'll see if we can do it again, possibly.
Couple of the games here that looking at Shenandoah's schedule, they defeated Cecina in week number 1, and that's always a good win when you can beat Cecina, who's traditionally a powerhouse football program. And then Centerville is really good this year, or had a great season, and was able to defeat them 22-17.
And here's the punt, and it will go to about the 20. And looking at Shenandoah's scores here, they've only given up plus 20 points twice, and both of those were losses. So,
yeah, defensively they've been pretty solid all season.
And Heritage Christian is a team that we lost to, and LaPelle's a team that we play next week. And those were the two teams that Heritage Christian scored 41, and LaPelle dropped 36 on them. And now after the punt, the Eastern defense comes back on the field down 14, and Goff and the offense looks to extend their lead. As Goff will hand it off, and a short gain here for Shenandoah.
Some other scores around the area. At halftime, the New Palestine was beating Newcastle 21-0. Heritage Christian leading Tinley 48-6. Cambridge City Lincoln against Winchester. Winchester's leading 7-6.
As Goff is going to hand it off on some misdirection here, and the Eastern Royals defend it pretty well.
Good defense there. More scores here. Monroe Central leading Union County 44-7. Westdell leading Purdue Poly 56-18 at half. Greenfield Central trailing Delta 8-14.
Third and 7 for Goff and the Raider offense here, as he has two receivers to the bottom of the screen. He sends one in motion, and Goff's going to roll towards this side. Hunter Lowe giving chase again, and Goff's going to have to throw it up, and it is, that is dropped by a Raider receiver, number 81.
That was dangerous. I mean, that was nearly caught and gone.
Yeah.
So, as our video looks a little fuzzy. Knightstown leads Northeastern 13-12. Mount Vernon's halftime score 63-0 against Shelbyville.
Oh my, wow. But again, Hunter Lowe off the edge applied pressure once again. Just Goff got away from it. And here's the punt as Rainbolt will fair catch it at about the 42. And Houston, the offense, will look to get something going, as they really haven't done much since that first offensive possession where they scored.
But a positive, though, defense held strong and forced that punt. I can't think of too many. Maybe so early on we did. We forced a punt, but
and Houston on 1st and 10. Two receivers. He's going to send O'Neal in motion. He's going to give it to Johnson, and Johnson is going to get about 5 yards.
This video's fuzzy. I don't.
Johnson ball carrier for the Royals, gain of 5. Looks like Lucas Mills at the stop for the Raiders.
Now 2nd and 4 for the Royals, as Houston's going to throw. He's going to fire it underneath the Fox.
First down. Oh, get it.
He's going to break the tackle and get the first down, and he's still up. JP fighting for yards. And
so it looked like he was going to have the first down. He gave it up, And then he battled back to get first down and more. So great effort there by JP.
JP, a couple games ago, gave us a golden interview in one of our halftime reports.
Yeah.
Now 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. One at the top of this JP Fox, and here's the give to Johnson again. He's getting a lot of carries tonight, and he'll only get to the line of scrimmage on this carry. Second and 11 here for the Royals as they try to come back from a 14-point deficit here. As Houston will throw. He's going to fire it down the sideline, and JP.
Tie goes to the offense, I believe. We'll see what he's going to call.
What a catch by JP. That was...
Guess I should have hit the replay.
Quite the grab there.
I was waiting to see if it was where you play worthy, I guess. So, great job, JP. That was a 50-50 ball that JP went up and get.
Honestly, I'd say that ball was more going to the defender, and JP made a great play on it.
Oh, 7 points here would change the whole game right now.
As Houston will give to Johnson again, and they're really stopping that inside zone that we're running now.
Got to realize, too, these two teams are going to be playing each other in just a couple weeks in this first round of the sectional. I can show you that real quick before this play comes up. You can see going to be playing here, and that's not next week, but the following week.
Now from the Shenandoah Raider 13 with 2nd and 10. Houston is going to throw it over the middle. And
there's the flag there. There it is.
The flag. This one a little bit more on time, not 5 seconds late, but.
Yes. So, got turned, and it's going to be a pass interference.
Pass interference. Shenandoah.
And it is pass interference on Shenandoah. Not a whole lot of flags. I think that's only our second one of the night. Third. As it will be 2nd and 4 for the Royals here. As Houston will throw again. He's going to dump it underneath in the flat to Johnson. He's going to get the first, I believe. Oh, he's going to be a yard short. And it'll be 3rd and short for the Royals.
They can get a first down here without scoring.
Because it looks like Chase Riggs is in a tackle. He's played some tackle beforehand. And he's checked back in now. And here's that split backfield that we scored a touchdown on before. And it looks like we'll do it again. Touchdown, Zach Arnold.
And some life for the Royals here as second quarter was all Shenandoah.
As JP looks to cut the 14-point lead in half down to 7 here at the extra point. And the snap by Sotelo fields it, and kick is up and good.
So great hold there. Was that Sotelo?
Yeah, that was a good job to catch that high snap.
Let's get some replays here of late. Yeah, 3 or 4, I believe. There was Sotelo. That was a big 4th down conversion right there. Can't remember.
And this was
JP.
JP catch.
Just fought off tacklers.
Cole and Zach are really the elusive, fast guys, but JP, he's got some wiggle to him as well.
There's the catch. I did get it.
That was a really good catch.
So, wasn't sure if I hit the replay button in time, but did a nice job getting that. And let's see if we can get the touchdown here before we go back to live action.
Similar to our first touchdown where Jacob Johnson with the lead block for Arnold, and Arnold just follows him and scores. Untouched, really.
2 rushing touchdowns for Zach Arnold tonight.
And Eastern will not attempt the first kick. They will reset, and JP will kick it deep, and it'll bounce, and he will field it about the 20. And there's a flag on the play.
Get him down. So, you got to think that's going to be on the Raiders, most likely. So the return game, though, for both teams have been
pretty
huge
good.
Parts. Even though they haven't scored touchdowns, they've
set both offenses up in favorable field position.
Yeah.
And their favorable field position will be a little bit less favorable now with the holding call on the Raiders.
He pointed the other way on something. Block in the back.
Oh, okay.
He pointed the wrong way. I'm not sure. On Tuesday, we are planning on streaming the volleyball game. That game's going to be brought to you by B Street Whippets, and that'll be a 7 o'clock match against these Shenandoah Raiders in volleyball.
Here's Goff in the shotgun on 1st and 10. He's going to give it up, and that's going to be a short gain for the Raiders.
Do want to mention that we do need, make sure I do the family sponsors at some point here. We do need sponsorship for sectional contests. I got a message from someone I saw during halftime, didn't get a chance to respond. So if you're interested in sponsoring some of our sectional live streams, let us know.
As Goff will give it up here, and
Good
another stop by the Royals run defense.
Chase Riggs was there, I saw.
Wes Kane looked to be in there as well. Both linebackers making a lot of tackles tonight. And now it's going to be 3rd and long for the Raiders. We'll see if they look to go to the air here. With only about 3 minutes left here in the 3rd.
They haven't thrown it much, but when they have thrown it, it's been effective. It's been efficient.
It kind of reminds me of New Albany's offense, to run first and then throw it when you have to.
Yep.
As Farmer will motion the halfback to the other side of him. And he will throw. He's going to look deep. He's going to fire it short now to 81. And the Royals are going to have to rally and tackle here.
He got the first down.
And he got it.
All zone over here. That's a long throw. You think that you can recover, but Goff had a good arm over there. Got it right to him. Was that who caught it?
Number 81.
That's Bennett.
That is Andrew Bennett, the 6'1", 170 receiver that also plays defensive back.
And a really good basketball player.
And now 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Going to send the man in motion. Goff will keep it up the middle. And he's going to get about 5 on the play, a little bit more maybe. It's going to be 2nd and about 4 for the Raiders. Goff on second down now. He is going to keep it once again here, and he's going to be stopped for a short gain as
Wes Kane.
Raider helmet pops off. And it's going to bring up 3rd and short here for Goff in the offense.
Next week is homecoming week against the Lapel Bulldogs as well.
The Raiders in a split back formation here as Goff will give it, and he's going to pick up the first. That is Ayers, number 5.
Time winding down here in the 3rd period. Nice combination there, run and pass for the Raiders. I've been impressed with them.
Split backs again for Goff, and he's going to keep it again on the option. He's going to break a tackle.
Come on,
and
Caden.
it's like Smitty and Caden will combine on the tackle and bring him down to about the 30. Another big play for the Raider offense.
For the most part, we've contained him. That time is really the first time I can remember him really getting out in the open.
Raiders number 7, Tanner Goff.
I know that was something the coaches were worried about, was him getting out in the open space.
As we wind down under a minute here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter went by a little bit faster than the other two.
It was a close game of kind of exactly what you were kind of expecting between these two teams.
3 receivers for Goff now to the top of the screen, and we're going to get a timeout.
Raiders.
Timeout Raiders.
All right, we got some time here. Do want to thank our family sponsors. These are people that have clicked that link in the description. Both in the YouTube and Facebook have a link there. And then you see scrolling across the bottom, you'll see a link that goes to http://tinyurl.com/EH Royal Pride, and that will take you to the family sponsorship page. Appreciate all these individuals that have done that for us, and it's been good to see the community really step up in this time of having limited capacities. And I've been mentioning the volleyball games, we're going to have probably even less tickets available for the winter in basketball, girls and boys basketball. So we appreciate if you enjoy watching these live streams. That's one way to give back some of that money that you might be saving from not attending and allowing the school to recoup some of that. I know some schools are going to a pay-per-view option, and we've chose not to, at least to this point.
Now back to the action here. 1st and 10 for the Raiders out of the timeout as Goff will pitch it, and it's on the ground, and Ayers will pick it up. That could have been a big play for the Royals.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to bring up 2nd and long, and I think they'll just take this to the quarter here.
Yeah.
And they will. So
Yeah,
we'll
that
flip
seemed
ends
like-
and
Doesn't seem like any reason to go any farther. No reason to run a play here. So we are going to go to the 4th quarter. Volleyball sectional. Next Tuesday night, the Royals volleyball team will take on Shenandoah Raiders. That's a 7 o'clock start. It's the only game there on Tuesday night. Do not know the ticket situation on that, so you can check with the EH Athletic Department on that situation. If they were to win, they would go against Union County in the 2nd round, and I believe the 2nd round is on Saturday morning. So I think it's a Saturday morning, and then if you advance to the championship, it's Saturday evening. So that is the sectional draw that's just next week. Do want to thank B Street Whippets for sponsoring that contest, where we will be streaming that volleyball game. As I mentioned earlier, IHSA is charging. We get a discount, but it still comes out to be $50 per game for any sport that is not boys basketball and football. And then for boys basketball and football, they're charging $150 per game for us to stream them. So I had someone mention at halftime that they might be interested in sponsoring one of our football games. So, but if you're interested in sponsoring that, so we can stream those games, we appreciate it. Send us a logo, and we'll make you the sole sponsor of that game for bringing it to us. So thank you.
Second and 15 here to start the fourth quarter for the Raiders as Goff sends a man in motion, and he will keep it himself once again. And he's going to squirt free again, and he's going to pick up about 10 yards.
Man.
Making it about 3rd and 5.
Not too big of holes. He's just finding his way through it, squeezing his way through the holes that they're there, and he's always a threat. You're worried once he gets through the first part, he could go all the way.
Third down and about 5 for Goff and the Raiders here. If we get a stop here, it's a pretty big stop if we can get it here. As Goff will keep again.
Oh, flag. Flag over here. Wonder if someone lined up.
Maybe an illegal formation.
It was immediate.
As looks like the Raider offense is going to back up. So this one, 3rd and long here.
I'll start.
So that's going to be 3rd down and 10, I believe.
Must have been the impact of the cowbells. The Cowboys kind of threw them off, I think.
Home field advantage here.
Yeah. Well, if I heard that air horn, it'd throw me off.
Third and 10 here for the Raiders at about the eastern 30-yard line. As Goff's going to send the man in motion, and he will fire the post.
Good job.
It's incomplete, and they're going to throw a flag on Smitty.
Guessing he had his right arm on him. Yeah. I mean, he was going down with him at the time of the pass, but so I can't argue that too much. And it helps that he threw the flag within a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah. And they and that will move the chains for the Raiders.
Right now, it's going to take a big defensive play. Something's going to have to happen big for the Royals. We haven't had a huge defensive other than the low sacks. Defensively, we haven't had just that.
No turnovers forced by the Royals tonight. I think we've had 3 of our own. Now, 1st and 10, they will give it up, and the edge is contained pretty well by the Royals as a gang of blue takes down the running back for the Raiders.
A nice job there, just stringing that out, and we need a few more of those.
The other team has really been able to get outside on any runs, but the inside has been open for both teams, really.
Right. Lowe comes out. Arnold came in.
Second and 11 here for Goff and the Raiders. Going to send number 2 in motion, and they're going to run into each other.
Wow.
Goff keeps it, and
he
gets sacked by Rainbow.
Nice.
That's a big play.
Cole kind of rode him to the back, and I don't know why I didn't hit replay. But
I think Goff was trying to get rid of that ball, too. He just couldn't get rid of it. And that's going to make it 3rd and long for the Royals here again.
I don't know where that blitz is coming from off the side, but it's caused problems for them multiple times during this contest.
Yeah, Hunter got a couple sacks off of it, and now he got Cole screaming off the edge. And it's on Goff's, I think it's on Goff's blind side too, so he doesn't even see it coming.
Still probably going to go for it in 4 downs, and they're going to call timeout. That's her second used timeout here, right?
Yeah.
Timeout. Raiders.
And about 9:11 left, 9:15 or so. Let's see here. What cross country team tomorrow is in the sectional. I believe that's at Mount Vernon tomorrow morning. So good luck to those runners. Hopefully, I know I meant to say something to Coach Putt, but hopefully we have some people that'll advance out and move on to regionals. This has huge conference implications, or whatever I want to say. Whatever word I want to say. Implications. How about that?
There you go.
All right. So if the Royals can win this evening, then Shenandoah beats Monroe Central next week. We could be looking at a potential conference championship in a 3-way tie. If Shenandoah wins this game, that makes next week's Shenandoah versus Monroe Central for the conference championship.
All right, 3rd and 11, I guess, for the. It's not 11. That's a lot more than 11 yards. Scoreboard's wrong. But Goff will throw.
Ooh, good pressure. Oh, he's wide open now.
He's open. Smitty can't make the tackle, and that was a touchdown for Shenandoah.
That was wide open there in the middle. And great pressure. I don't know who got the pressure up the middle, but did you see?
But good job by Goff to stand in there and take a hit and deliver the throw. As Shenandoah looks to go back up by 14.
Last week, Monroe Central had a player get loose right in the middle like that, and similar type play.
And the kick is up and good for the Raiders as they go back up by 14 here with about 9:08 left in the game.
See, so we got about 4 replays, including we'll see that touchdown, how they got open. It's a good defensive play.
I think this is, I don't think this is a sack.
It might be Cole.
Oh, this is the good run defense.
Here, this would be the sack then, and then we'll see the touchdown.
Yep, Cole just comes off that edge and brings Goff down.
And then here's the touchdown. See if we can see who gets the pressure and how he got open. So
I think that was Chase Riggs up the middle from his middle linebacker position with the pressure, and just the middle was just wide open, it seemed.
Might be able to get one more in here before they get ready for the kickoff. So now we're time crunch. We got to get the ball, and we haven't really passed it extremely well down the field. So we've been relying a lot on the run game, a combination. But we're going to be forced to throw it in the air a little bit here.
Shenandoah kicks it deep, and so Arnold will let it bounce once, and he's gonna make something out of it, and he'll get to about the little above the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So we gotta move quickly here. Just now that the clock's not our friend, we gotta get the ball and get a score quick.
Looks like it's going to be 3 receivers at the top of your screen and 1 receiver down low, which is JP. As he's going to send Arnold in motion here. As we will give it to Johnson on the run. And he'll get close to the 30-yard line, bringing up 2nd down.
picked up a quick 3 yards, and then it's like it looks like there's space, but
it closes very fast.
Yeah, he seems to get it closes down, and he can't break it for anything larger. Not like we're typically used to seeing him do.
Houston, the throw here on second down. He's going to underneath the Arnold on the screen, and that's incomplete.
It's a tough end of the season as far as schedule-wise. I mean, you got these Raiders.
And you got Lapel, and
Lapel's
then you got
tough.
Shenandoah again.
Yeah, so it's not to mention Monroe Central, quality opponent last week as well.
5 wide here on third down for Houston. He's protected well. He's going deep for Arnold, and that is intercepted. There's a flag on the play.
I don't know what that would be. I mean, because that's going to be maybe pass interference on Zach, if anything. I can't imagine this being anything.
The refs getting together at about midfield, and Houston is still on the field.
I can't imagine this being against Shenandoah.
Oh, it looks to be offsides. No, pass interference on the. We'll take it. I don't know what to say.
I don't agree with that, and and it's for the Royals, so I guess we're owed one from earlier today. That was all right. We'll take it.
Right,
Moving on.
Second life for the Royals here, as Houston will throw again. He's gonna fire the slant to O'Neal, and it bounces off his shoulder pads.
Pass intended for 25. O'Neal's incomplete. Bring up second down and 10.
Have to think this is a must-score drive for the Royals here. Being down 2 scores with only 8 minutes left here in the fourth.
96 viewing on YouTube, 24 on Facebook, 3 on Twitter.
Houston from the gun again. He's going to send Arnold in motion. They're going to give to Johnson on the delay. He makes a move, and he's going to be close to the first down.
So that's more of the Jacob Johnson we've seen in the last couple of weeks. Being able to extend it once he gets in the open field. They get up the line quickly here.
And it's going to be third down and short as Johnson gets the carry, and he'll pick up the first. We've got a little above 7:50 left here in the fourth quarter.
And what we got here?
We have a.
Don't know what there.
There's no timeout on the field, and
I don't know what that was.
As Houston is going to throw here on 1st and 10. He's going to look long for Fox on the post again, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, I have a hard time asking for a flag right now, but that was more of a flag than they've previously.
Oh, yeah. That was one of those bang plays where the ball and the defender got there at about the same time.
Really, the defensive backs have been step for step for most of our receivers.
Yeah, Zach and Cole, JP, Landon really haven't been able to break free. As Houston will fire underneath Fox, and he's got a blocker. He's going to make a man miss. He's going to turn up the sideline. Fox is pushed out at about the 20-yard line. That's a first down for Eastern.
Good job. JP's shifty little move there, and we saw it earlier on a catch that broke for a first down, and then he had a kickoff return as well.
As Eastern has a first down at about the 11-yard line, trying to come back here as here's the run by Arnold. And that'll bring up second down for the Royals. It's about 7:10 left here in the game.
Still, the way that Shenandoah can run the football.
Yeah.
We need to score quickly here. Clock ticking.
Slip backs again. They give the Johnson this time. Johnson up the middle. He reaches for the touchdown, and he has it. Touchdown Royals, and they bring it back within 8 right now.
So it's a it's a one-score game. So we've got 120-some viewers. Might want to share the game. See if we can get some more people watching the end of this one. Again, MEC conference on the line here tonight.
As the snap by Wickard, the hold by Sotelo, and the kick by JP is all good. And Eastern brings it within 7.
Let's see if we can get. Looks like I got 3 replays on that drive. I did not do I don't believe I did the. There's the move by JP. Oh, I think I hit this button twice because I wanted to get the full. So it was the same play. It's the same replay. Just got to the end. I hit the replay button too quick. And then here's the touchdown.
All 3 of our touchdowns that came on that split backfield run where the other back that gets the lead block, and that time Johnson extends for the goal line and he gets it.
Nice that we have 2 running backs with Arnold and Johnson.
And they both have different play styles. Arnold's more of a receiving back with some speed, and Johnson he's got some move to him, but he's more of a power back.
Right, more north and south, or on this field, east and west.
As Eastern will kick it. And JP with a very deep kick, and that one goes into the end zone.
Touchback.
Wow. Good kick, JP.
So defense needs to come up big here, force a punt, and allow the Royals to have a chance to tie this game up.
6:54 left in the game.
Most points that the Raiders have given up since September 11th against LaPel, when they gave up 36. So,
and before that, they've allowed 6, 14, and 6 again. So their defense played pretty tough.
Yep.
Goff in the gun. He's going to keep it himself here, and he's going to be stacked up, it seems.
They're not blowing the whistle. They need to stop before it gets. Forward progress stopped. Let's get a good gain, though.
Goff with 2 receivers to the top, to the bottom, and he's going to send the man in motion. He's going to keep it himself again. And
I think Wes Kane did a nice job there.
Very good tackle by Wes Kane, I believe. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
You just want to get a stop here and make them make a decision here.
3rd down and 6 for Goff in the offense. He's kept it himself twice on this drive. He's going to keep it himself again. We'll send the man in motion, and we have movement.
No. Gotta stay disciplined.
And that looks to be on the Royals.
It's going to make it now 3rd and short, and that's going to open up a lot of choices here for the Raiders.
Offsides, Royals.
It's like the second or third time Goff's got us offsides. With
Goff
the
might
count.
sneak this.
He's under the center. Sends the man in motion, and he will sneak it, and they will mark him ahead of the sticks, and that'll be a first down for the Raiders.
New set of downs, and the clock is going to be ticking here. We do have all of our timeouts, though, right?
Yes, we do. About 5:30 left here in the game. Shenandoah on their side of the 31. Goff with 4 receivers, another motion, and he will keep it himself again, and it looks like double nickel Chase Riggs in on the tackle, along with Wes Kane.
Chase got to him first and was kind of like, hang on until other teammates get there. Did a nice job.
Second and 6 for the Raiders.
Raiders in no hurry here, obviously. So there is still 10 seconds on the play clock.
Split backfield for Goff. And he will give it up this time to Ayers, and they're going to prevent him from bouncing it outside. He's going to cut it back up for a decent gain. That's going to bring up a 3rd and about 2 or 3.
On your feet, Royal fans.
Gotta stay on sides. Watch out for that hard count.
Yep, gotta watch, make sure we don't jump off sides. And
big 3rd down for both teams here.
Under 4 minutes.
Goff. He's going to keep it himself.
Get him.
And he's wrapped up by Riggs.
No.
And it's going to be close. It looks to be right on the marker.
They're gonna at least
I think
look
the
at
ref
it.
on the opposite side is marking him. He's behind the sticks, but he's signaling first down.
Nope, they're going to call him in. They're going to call the sticks in. So, I mean, one thing that I'm impressed with Goff, once he gets hit, he's always falling forward, and that was another one of those. We hit him short, but he just kept moving his legs and kept moving forward. And it's going to be an important mark here.
I want to say it's short.
You can see it from here. Is that what your eyes are telling you?
Mm-hmm. You got to think, Paxton. I'm a bit younger than you. I got a little bit better vision here.
Oh, you definitely have better vision. And you're definitely younger.
And
the official, I find it interesting. Doesn't the official normally take the chain?
Yeah.
Why is our chain person doing it?
Is he getting like
we just got the 1 inch short.
Wow.
Good eyes.
What can I say? Well, you got to think they're going to go for it here with it being this short. I expect a sneak by Goff.
Yeah, and you got to stay solid too. You got to make sure that you don't jump. Hard count.
And I guess plus for the Royals, the clock isn't running right now. Oh, it is now. And Goff's under center, and he will sneak it.
He's going forward.
And, yep, he got it.
Just always falling forward.
First down, Raiders.
It's a great skill to have as a football player.
And Eastern will try to get the stop again here. About 3:30 left here in the game.
Still, we're waiting for that big defensive play. It goes in our favor.
Goff with split backs from the gun. And he will give it up, and he's going to break a tackle. He's going to get the first. And Shenandoah's on the eastern side of the field now. About 3 minutes left. Eastern still has all 3 timeouts. Shenandoah with 1.
I'm going to have to start thinking about using them, I think.
Goff on first down, and he will give it to number 12 again. And
Gonna be another first down. If it's not, it's close. Yep. They signal first down. They're waiting to get. Well, the clock's still running, but the chains haven't moved. So.
And the chains will move now.
Still 12 seconds.
As Goff will give it again here, and he's going to be stopped at first, and he's going to make a cut. And Wes Kane in on the tackle once again. Let's bring up second down with a little less than 2 minutes remaining.
Gonna see. I mean, it's gonna be under a minute here after this play.
Got to think when Coach Armstrong is going to use those timeouts. Again, Eastern with all 3 timeouts remaining. Shenandoah with 1. And Goff will hand it off again. Jacob giving pursuit, and he's going to wrap him up short.
Now we call the timeout.
Now it's third down.
We do call timeout. One thing's for sure, it's going to be a good game here 2 weeks from now in the sectional as we have this timeout. You can see these two teams play each other again in just 2 weeks here. And you can tell it's going to be a good game again, just as this one has.
1:08 left here in the game. Raiders facing a 3rd down and 7 at about the Eastern 25-yard line. If they can kick a field goal from here, that would be pretty big, but we haven't seen their kicker kick anything but an extra point, really.
Yeah. Make sure we don't jump off sides. No hard count here, because they were in a similar situation early on this drive, and we jumped off sides and made it really manageable for them. I imagine Goff's going to keep this most likely.
Yeah, I would. At this point, if I'm the coach on the Raiders, I'm putting in my best player's hands, and that's Goff. As Goff will send the man in motion, he will keep it. And he's going to get close to the first here. They're going to mark him a yard shy. And I think we have another timeout for the Royals.
Yeah.
Leaving them with 1 left.
So it's 4th and about under 1, I think. Or about 1.
I would look for another Goff sneak if that's the case.
This is where the Raiders are probably pulling out their best play.
And Eastern's going to have to pull out their best defensive play to stop it.
It makes you wonder, though. I mean, coming in this game, knowing they drew each other in the sectional, if anybody was going to hold anything back. But that's one nice thing about this being a conference matchup is both. I mean, Royals have to win to have a chance for a conference championship. Shenandoah, if they win, they set up a huge matchup next week against Monroe Central for the conference championship. So a lot on the line tonight, even though they're playing in 2 weeks in the sectional. Do need to be thinking at least about candidates of our player of the game. So if you have a suggestion, put it in the comments of Facebook or YouTube of who you think should be player of the game. Right now, I think it has to be a running back.
Yeah. JP could also be a candidate.
Oh, JP as well.
He's made some big catches.
You're right.
4th and short for the Raiders. And
Goff
will keep it. It's going to be close.
Yep, he got it.
They're going to give it to him.
And that's going to do it there, I believe.
And that is.
So they're going to be able to run the clock out here. And it's going to come up just a little bit short here. And you're worried about that. I mean, Shenandoah did a nice job. The way they run the football, they just methodically move the ball down, running the football, used up, what was it? It was 7 minutes, 8 minutes?
A lot of time.
7 minutes there. Our defense couldn't quite get them off the field here at the end, and we are going to use our last timeout, it looks like, and stop this clock, but we won't be able to stop it anymore. So just a few things as this game's winding down, and we'll talk about next week. The Royals, or we have a few things. We have the volleyball sectional against Shenandoah Raiders on Tuesday night. We do plan on streaming that. Thanks to B Street Whippets for sponsoring that contest. And then homecoming week is next week. We got lots of activities going on regarding homecoming, which is a unique homecoming like we've never had before.
No dance this year.
Yeah, there's lots of things that are different. No powder puff, no sledgehammer.
There is a kickball game, though.
There's a kickball game. I mean, we're trying to do the best with the situation we have. And we play LaPel, who is a really good team. One of the best teams we've played all season that will play next Friday night. And so that's kind of our next week upcoming schedule here in the future. So then after that we'll be I guess it depends on the volleyball team on next Saturday.
As Goff kneels it, and that'll do it here from Charlottesville as Shenandoah improves to 6-2 on the year, and Eastern falls to 500 at 4-4.
Yeah, it's we have like we mentioned, we'll face these guys again, and I'm sure it's going to be a similar type game that we're going to see in 2 weeks. You got a suggestion on our player of the game as this winds down here?
I would have to say it's either Zach or JP, or one of the linebackers, either Riggs or Kane. All four of them made a lot of good plays in offense and defense.
JP or who was your JP or who?
JP or Zach, probably.
Zach. Yeah, Zach had the early 2 touchdowns, and Jacob Johnson had a touchdown, and JP had some huge pickups and just really fought for those extra yardage a few times. I'm trying to. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. So what are you leaning toward?
I would have to say JP, but if you wanted to go with Zach, I would understand that.
Okay, we'll go with JP. He had the huge kickoff return. I can't get some of these graphics off there. I got a little too much going on. So we'll go with JP Fox as our player of the game. He was the player of the game last week, stepping in a tough situation, and he played well tonight. I don't know what his stats were like, but I'd say they were pretty solid. He had a huge catch really early, and then, like I said, fought for some extra yards, had a big kickoff return, So I would agree with that as well.
And he had that 50-50 ball that could have went either way, and he made a great play on the ball there.
Yep. So, so congratulations, JP, and we want to thank everybody for watching us. If you're interested in sponsoring one of our sectional contests, and maybe or even a future one, you're like, hey, I wouldn't mind boys basketball or girls basketball or something that you think you might be interested in. Just let us know, and we'll keep you in mind when that time comes around. So appreciate everybody listening tonight, and I think Turner's going to be back next week.
Yes, sir.
So Turner's going to be back next week, and we may be doing a halftime report we'll do a fall sports recap, I think, in class this week maybe. Kind of recap all of the fall sports teams, and as most of them have wrapped up. And we'll recap all of their high school and middle school seasons and how the teams did, and then we'll be back for our game on Friday night.